I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote about my experience and life as a second generation Caribbean femme growing up in Brooklyn, just trying to find their place in the world and live every day and survive. So, yeah, bear with me. If I stop talking for a little bit, just give me a second to come back. Okay. En chancletas, mommy and I walked to buy a Voz Revolucion, the missing link to connect her back to her home for 30 minutes. In su tubi, she paces from our closet to the caja, deciding what materials will be sent for some years-long gratification. These are parts of herself only the closest people to her would see. She hides it quickly, switching from rolling R's to hard R's faster than a blink. My 14-year-old eyes well up as I see her clean other people's floors for the first time. She smiles delightfully at the owners, proud that I can tell them about my goals. Interrogations of my achievements and aspirations unravel. I force my teeth to show, entertained by the joy of the lies I tell. This was a performance I soon mastered to save myself. I hid my truth quickly, switching from loose enunciations to tight lips as I speak. In Cojonada, we ride very far to see family, the trips hoping to fill the missing gaps of each other's connections. Quillada, mommy smacks my arm for every flinch from my burning scalp. Years worth of curls lost in the steam from 2 hot blowers. This is all she knew how to be. She's accepted it, satisfied with meeting expectations given to her. My 11-year-old eyes flood with tears as I hear her cry on the phone, weeps and wallows echoing into the receiver, questioning how her nephew can be murdered over a thing. Discussions about the dangers of the hood burst out. I swallow my words, confused because of the identical discussion about poverty in DR. These were contradictions I learned to accept eventually. I sat quietly, a tear hiding under my shades, taking in the unacknowledged discussion about colonization. In Subata, mommy stands in front of the door, furious over how I could be so incredibly out of my mind. In su llamada, she yells about the redness of my eyes, crying out to God for answers and help. Lost and scared, I think I know who I've become. I found a serenity after running from every metaphorical monster. My 16-year-old eyes close, exhausted from the constant fighting and new battles. And just when I think I can finally settle, I'm displaced from my imagined identity. Internalizations of reality reveal itself in my daydreams. I'm left with nowhere to turn but into myself to explore. Detached and forsaken, I accept I will never be understood. This was an experience I became used to as I grew, connecting with outcasts from both worlds like me, aware of our moving through the world with this identity.